Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to do difficult angles with sealant trim or baseboard trim. Okay, the very first thing you're going to need to do is get yourself a piece of paper that has square corners. You want it to be completely square on the corners and along the side. You can't do this with a crooked sheet of paper. Alright, so if you notice, this has a straight edge along here and it's square all the way around. Alright, so we're going to put it up against the wall, just like this. Use our fingernail, press down on it a little bit, make sure it stays against the wall. Then you're going to take your pencil, and make sure you're using a sharp pencil, and draw that line. Okay? Then fold it. Okay, now after you folded it, you're going to cut that completely off. Make sure it's straight.
Well, if you cut in the fold, it will be. Then where this point is, make a note of that point. Is that where that point is? Just make a note, because you got to fold it using that as the center point of the fold. Yeah.
Now you're going to fold it again right where that point is.
Fold it to this edge. From that point to this edge. Make a nice crease. I can't see it. Now, this is the angle you're going to cut for the miter. I have another piece here. If this would be the wall, so I got two of them, and that shows you where the angle would be at. This is what your miter cut would look like.
Okay, so when you put the two pieces of paper together, they'll make that angle that you're going to need for right here.
See it? Okay. So, if you don't have, if your miter box is probably not going to have the angle you need, but the angle is 22.5 degrees. Is what that angle is. I already got one cut. No, this one ain't it. So what we'll do is transfer it over to a piece of wood.
Use a sharp pencil.
Yeah. Yeah, that's close enough. But anyway, I cut 22.5 degrees on this one, I believe. Where to do it at? Over here. Or was this one? As a test piece. I need something like this. If you had it, it'll be easier to cut and quicker. Huh? I said.
Okay, so we're going to use a small piece of wood because it'll go through faster for you and you want the weight as long. Alright, so he went ahead and cut them both.
And you can see it goes together real nice.
Now if you want to do the outside corner on the opposite side of that wall, you flip them over and you'll have the same thing. And you can do this with the trim too. You would just hold the trim upright when you're cutting as opposed to keeping it flat. Okay, we already had these pre-cut to the angles that we need for in here. And then we'll go ahead and install them. So if we did the angles exactly the same way as we did the measurements and the cutting and everything, all of our angles should go together pretty perfect. Alright, so they go together just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the next piece. Try not to use an excessive amount of glue because it will leak out and then you'll have glue on your wallpaper. And you don't want that.
Get it away from the bottom edge. That way if it leaks out, it'll leak out the top and go over the edge.
Alright, now this one's just going to slide right up into that one. Okay, and then if there's like where you can see the wood, you can just put a little bit of paint in there and then you won't see that. Okay, now to do this next angle right here, this is cut at a 45, not a 22. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to fit this inside your angle, right inside there. And oh, this one's not long enough. Let me get a longer piece. Okay, so now I got a longer piece. I'm pushing this all the way against the wall with a 45 is already cut on that. Okay, then I'm going to mark my line right where this one is. Okay, and then we'll cut it. Okay, so now that it's cut, you'll put some glue on it and fit it right back in there. Let me put some glue on it and I'll be right back. Now I'm actually using the Elmer's glue for this. The Wood Glue Max, because it's stainable and paintable. That's just a preference of mine. You can use whatever glue you want, and you could probably even use two-sided tape. Okay, so I'm going to put this with the 45 going back in that hole. And then that's going to go in there. Now to make sure it's even, you can take your blade and kind of press it down a little bit or raise it up if you need to. Now you can see the black pencil line on this where we marked that, so you probably just want to take some touch-up paint and put right over that pencil line. But they fit, they're flush against each other, the corners meet, and this room is pretty much done. And then we did the same thing up here and the same thing up here. And then we're working on the bathroom over there. We still have to do the trim around the wood paneling. Okay, now these rounded windows in here for the dormer windows, we actually created this because the trim and everything that came with it just doesn't look very well. So we did that ourselves. And we'll show you a tutorial on that next time, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, follow Dollhouse Miniature Madness and Tutorials on Facebook. And like and subscribe below, or leave a comment or a suggestion or any questions. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.